Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to it. We are playing The Wandering Village, episode 5. Also, if my voice sounds nasally and congested, it's because it is. I'm kind of sick right now, but I have a hot tea with me. And you're like, why aren't you just taking a break? Why don't you rest? Well, because I really want to play this game. And that is pretty much the bottom line. I am feeling somewhat better, but I will do my best to cut out all my coughing and dying and
Clap if you care. All right, let's move on.
So before we get started, I want to mention a couple of things. There's actually an update for this game coming soon. I don't know when, but I am very aware of that. I don't know how it will affect our current save, so I will do my best to play as much as I can and make sure nothing goes awry. As to what is, what it entails, I might make a separate video on that update. Also, thank you to I think your name is Kerosene Cat. Yes, thank you, Kerosene Cat. You commented down below, and now we have some awesome names for our villagers. And if this Let's Play is still happening, of course, do feel free to include names and all that jazz. I will happily add them. As for the names, I'll go ahead and rename our villagers and then we'll go through them together. Alrighty, so I went ahead and renamed some of our villagers to the names that was suggested by Kerosene Cat. And so we have Pickle here, and then we have Snake here since you already saw him. And then we have Snips. Okay, we have Dave here. Holly. Dirt Road. Okay, here we go, Snips. And then we have Wimbley, Ubno, and Cheddar. So we renamed a few people already, so if you have any more suggestions, we have about 16 more villagers that can be renamed. So yeah, feel free to rename them. Also, so I just realized that Onbu is still really hungry, so we need to focus on that and make sure he's well fed. Additionally, we have to make sure Onbu's health goes up, and then also worry about our own food supply. So what I've done is I've just prioritized getting mushrooms so that we can get food. It seems like we do have food here, so we're gonna go ahead and use food. So we'll feed Onbu right now while he's walking, or while it walks. And then what we'll do is we will, well, I've done this already. I've set the farm to 5, so hopefully we have more people who work there. We do have people at 3 here for the kitchen. We have 1 dung collector person, you only need 1, and 1 compost heap for biogas. That just needs to get done passively. I guess what we could do is we can actually close down the compost heap and just let dung collect regularly. I think we can just do that, and then, I'll have to check in to see how much it can hold. I'm not sure how much it can store. So it looks like we did the best that we can when it comes to managing our staff. Let's see if we can tell Onbu to go a certain direction. So what I would like, that's Poison Cloud. What I would like to have Onbu do is we already tried this. Okay, and then I'm sure Onbu does not care what we decide to go. Okay, so we will just focus on getting Onbu food. We'll focus on getting us food. And then we'll have to somehow passively still collect a lot of herbs to deal with poison. The reason why I want to leave, the reason why I'm tempted to leave 1 village doctor is because sometimes it's hard to tell who's poisoned or not until it's too late. But I think I'm gonna have to do so because villagers are just too important, especially if they're just standing around. So we're gonna close the village doctor. We're gonna cross our fingers and hope herbalist is enough. Then we just shut down a research building, so hopefully I just closed one down, right? I guess so. But hopefully this will be enough to convince people to reorganize and do what we need them to do. Okay, let's hit play. We're still in a very tenuous situation because yes, Onbu's hungry and it looks like we're gonna be able to feed him, so it seems like in some capacity we can get ahead of it. Gutierrez is walking to eat, because of course he is. See, this is why we can't really get a jump start in having the Onbu kitchen be at 1, because you want the feeding trebuchet to work almost immediately, right? And that way you can get ahead of the food, and then you don't have to worry about having 2 people, or staffing the Onbu kitchen. You can just have 1 person and then hope to passively have enough mushrooms done to get more food and that kind of thing, but you're always sort of one worker behind when it comes to the supply chain, if that makes any sense. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. So I think I'm going to reduce this to 2, or reduce it by 2, and I have 3 general workers, and hopefully we can have those guys, yeah, go and be staffed here. We really need food here. So it looks like we are gaining food now. I would like to have the scavenger hut staff to have 2 people, you know, look for knowledge and look for other stuffs. But I'm just not confident enough that we can get ahead of a lot of different things. Did we feed Onbu? I have no idea. Did we feed him? No, we're still prepping. Oh, there that person is. Let's go ahead. I think we can safely speed up here. Oh, look at, we have enough stone. So let me go ahead and cancel that. What we need is wood. And quite frankly, we don't need it right now. In fact, I wonder if can we just close this? Okay, we have 23 stone slabs. That's kind of excessive for where we're at right now. I suppose we can hold on to have 1 carpenter working. That makes sense. What is Onbu doing? Okay, good. That's the food. The food is happening right now. Okay, we just researched something. Good. Did we research this? Can we research tomato? Yes, we have a knowledge point, so we will use that. Did this at 96 before, now we fed him at 72%. I'm hoping to get ahead of it. It seems like we will. I'm gonna speed up a little bit. Oh, before I speed up. Okay, so he's going straight, or it's going straight, which is great. Cold snap will happen, which sucks. Oh wait, we're researching tomato. We shouldn't do that actually. We need to research Onbu Doctor if we haven't already. We have. Let's also research Pet Onbu. Okay, so now that we've researched the Onbu Doctor, we need to make use of that because of Onbu's health here. You want to try to help Onbu with that because in the desert, like one of the dangers of the desert is while there may not be, you know, as many toxins, there are many opportunities for Onbu to have to lose its health. So in that regard, you know, getting an Onbu Doctor isn't such a bad idea. Also, you know, getting the Pet Onbu research isn't so bad either. It's a free research. I mean, it's a free use. It doesn't take anything to use. You just need the Onbu Doctor, and it's a good way to build affinity. So let's go ahead and build the Onbu Doctor. The cool thing about the Onbu Doctor is that it doesn't need to be placed anywhere. However, you should place it where your village doctor is because village doctor takes herbs and so does the Onbu Doctor takes herbs as well to heal Onbu. So we should try to put it where we have our herb farm. Now I'm actually going to be a little proactive and just already do this like that, like plot this out just so I know where all the excess space is, just for my own, like, it's just as a visual cue. Remember, as I mentioned earlier, that doesn't necessarily mean they'll use all of the space, but it's just going to be a good way to help me figure things out. Let's post it right here. That's fine. That's fine. Alrighty, and then we're going to actually do this as a priority. And this will take 10, I believe, right? Yeah, 10 plank, 10 stone slab, totally fine. We have 23 stone, 11 wood plank. So at least we're going to be putting them to some kind of use. What is this? It's a decontaminator. Oh, I suppose we can, yeah, it's good. It's not prioritized anyway. So we don't have to worry about the decontaminator to be built right now because we are passing this cloud here. And I mentioned in prior episodes in the desert, there's not a big toxic cloud area. Now we are in the cold snap and I believe the cold snap is not good for our plants. So this might not work, but it's worth a shot. Can you run, Onbu? Onbu accepts my command. Okay, now that's going to be a little rough because what I don't want is to get tired and then stay at the medium sandstorm. That would be a pain on the buttocks. So the moment we cross the desert, we're going to tell Onbu to walk. Because I think if you don't tell him, if you don't tell Onbu to walk, Onbu will just keep running. So we'll wait a considerable time here, and then now we'll go ahead and tell Onbu it's cool just to walk it out. Cool, thank you, Onbu. Appreciate you. Let's go ahead and check our farm here. It's freezing. Okay, beets are the only thing that we can use this for. And that's it. We have a lot of water right now, which is great. So we're not bottlenecked in that regard. We're just bottlenecked by people not building it. So we have about 4 staff workers, and you know, this hasn't been farmed. It's just what it is. Okay, now we're out of the cold snap. Now what does it look like for our beets? It's freezing still, huh? Okay, so I guess beets are still an optional way to grow things. Great, so we're gonna feed Onbu again. We just want to get ahead of it as much as we can. Oh, they stopped at 94. Oh, okay, we're finishing. Good job. Good job, team. Okay, he's getting it right now. Just kidding. They have to go on lunch break. So, I was considering to build a... Because we can do the food stall I mentioned earlier, where you can... not a food stall, I think it's called a food stand. We could do that, I just don't know how it works, and I've never seen it work in action. So I think the best thing that I can do is build the berry farm, because there are berries here, and then like build an actual kitchen here so that people won't have to keep going all the way back to the hub. That might be counterproductive, but that's just the best way I've seen it work. Please do correct me if I'm wrong in the comments and just let me know, like, hey, this is how the food stand is supposed to work, and the reason why you're not seeing food delivered to the food stand is because X, Y, and Z. So if you know that, go ahead and yell at me. Now, if you know that, use your indoor voice and let me know how to best utilize it. And if not, then my strat's the best strat. No, I'm just kidding. My strat is not the best strat. I don't even go here. I'm kidding. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't have a fever. I'm just an idiot. Okay, let's see. That's 49%. Okay, we'll hold off on this. I don't want to prioritize too much. I don't want to overplan and then not have workers build things. That tends to be what I do by accident. You've probably noticed it as well, where I prioritize a lot of different things and there's just not enough workers to do them. So they end up being, you know, pulled every which way. Gonna do my best to not do that. So we're gonna head to the scorching... Oh no! Okay, so here's the thing. We're gonna take the medium sandstorm. We're gonna take the hit on that, because the one thing I don't want happening is Onbu tuckering out in the short heat wave, because this, I think, damages Onbu's health, and that's something we need to be cognizant of. The medium sandstorm is going to be a pain in the buttocks because, let me see if we can feed Onbu. I don't even know if that building will hold, but it's going to be a pain because it's going to knock out a lot more buildings, perhaps all of them, maybe. One thing I want to try out, so I think this was a bug, but when you set things to be destroyed, and they're not destroyed by the time that the sandstorm hits, they kind of just stay upright. So I'm kind of curious. I'm going to, for shits and giggles, I'm going to say destroy these tents and just see if they don't get destroyed. Because these are kind of the first things to get destroyed, tents are. So let's see if I set them to be destroyed and if a villager doesn't do it. I'm not going to prioritize it or anything, but let's see how that turns out. Okay, so medium thunderstorm inbound, T minus, so very soon. Oh, okay, it's hitting us. It's hitting us. And there you go. Look, it is a bug. Okay, because this is kind of exploitable and kind of lame, but or maybe it's not a bug. I don't know. So if you set things to be disabled, and then what I'm gonna do is like not destroy them. So in future, maybe I'm just gonna do that to see if that works. But okay, now the cool thing about any kind of sandstorm is that it only happens one time. So it passes, and then, you know, even if you're still in it, it doesn't do it again. So that's the one cool thing. So people can repair this and restart. It's not that big of a deal. I believe your water, I don't know if your water evaporates, like if it's destroyed or anything like that. I don't know. I think it's like the number keeps. I'm unsure. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Because if you consider that we had like 90 something water. Okay, do we have cactus? Okay, yeah, now that, okay, here's the thing. We'll have to rebuild this and then start working on cactus. So prior, we were not bottlenecked with water. Now we are. I think we are in a good spot when it comes to the Onbu kitchen. So we're gonna actually reduce staff. Yeah, we're gonna do that. That's kind of dicey, I know, but we need to. It's an absolute must. Okay, so we're in the heat wave here. The moment we're in the middle of that, we're gonna tell Onbu to run. Shoot. Okay, while we're here, let's tell Onbu to go north. Onbu doesn't trust our commands, despite us feeding it, caring for it, loving it. It will send us to our demise. Well, I mean, you never know. Okay, you never know. So maybe we do it like this. Okay, now that we have scavengers, let's go send Do we not? How do we not have a party available? I thought we did. Do they have to check in? They probably have to clock in. Yeah, it's probably this guy right here, Anatole. Come on, Anatole. Come on. I think that counts now. Okay. So now we're gonna send Anatole to the oasis to get some water. And then now that we're here, we're gonna tell Onbu to run. Onbu's gonna listen to run. He's not gonna. It's not gonna listen to do anything else. Doesn't trust our command. Okay, Onbu just doesn't care. Onbu's clocked out. Onbu clocked out. Okay, so we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna not do antidote. We're gonna wait for cure health, which takes 30. So, Onbu Doctor is built. Everything is right where it should be. So now we're gonna go ahead and cure Onbu. It's gonna take considerable amount of herbs, but it's a must. We need Onbu at least to like right here. I feel comfortable when Onbu's at like 70% plus health and like below 40 hunger, which it's not. So we still need to help Onbu a lot. We have our doctor. That balloon there was our Dr. Conan right there, and going to try to help out Onbu. Let us, because Onbu is just not listening, we're gonna disable that and let this worker just go free. Do whatever you need to do. Just, you know, go do things. Also, there is no trust bar. If you're wondering about that, you're like, hey, can we just see how much trust is needed? There's no way to know. Okay, this is built. That's great. I'm gonna do... Oh, corn can be made now. Oh, I mean, I don't know how long we're gonna be here for, but we're gonna do cactus and then corn, and then we're going to increase the land to be plotted. We'll do that. We'll already consider doing this. Why not? Why not? Now, as we repair... Oh, we need water now. We need everything, so we're gonna need to do our best to start doing cactus. You might be thinking like, oh, is it too late? That's never too late. We will work on getting a cactus plants. What we can do is reduce the amount of workers that are on this farm, because I mean you won't be able to farm without water, so we can go ahead and do this. And then let's see, did they get reorganized? They did. Good. Interesting. We can start with hut. We can go with for hut. That's really cool. We're on the hut now. All right, now we're researching hut and seeing where this goes from there. Good. Nice. We've built this. We're getting cactus plants going. Let's find out. Oh, great. We can... Let's go ahead and pet Onbu. Let's get a pet in there. Let's see how Onbu takes a pet. Let's see. Man, we still need to feed Onbu. We're gonna restaff this to max again. I keep fiddling with these worker rosters, hoping that, you know, things will speed up and change, but the thing is, it's like, it's not, you know? We're gonna reduce this, I think, to 2 now. I think they've settled in. And scavengers, we have scavengers back who return 33 water, thank you. The thing about Onbu Doctor is that you can't reduce the staff sizing, it always has to be at 2, so you can't customize it in that sense. We're gonna see if we can try to sneak in an Onbu Doctor or someone to work at this post here. The hornblower post. I know I took it off, but I want it again. Wait, what happened to our stuff here? We had 23 stone slab. Did I spend it all already? I only built this. Maybe they got destroyed. Maybe it does consume resources and I just wasn't paying attention. Bummer, dude. We are behind the 8 ball. So, when the scavenging is done... Oh no, we need to search this ruined settlement. We desperately need someone to go here. I've been trying to get this worked and nobody's working it. Because I want to give it another try. We've been petting now Onbu and helping Onbu, and I think we have enough to cure Onbu again. I want to do that, and maybe now Onbu will listen. Thank you. Cool. Let's see. Can we tell Onbu to go north? Still doesn't trust our commands. Dang. Let's find out where Onbu goes. Please head straight. We want Onbu to go to the desert. We want to continue on the desert. And the desert without a horse with no name. Onbu, head north, Onbu, please. Ah, of course. So, Onbu's gonna head south, which in this green zone could lead to some toxic plants and poisonous forests. In fact, that might be one right there. It's a bummer, but look, we did our best to trying to build that Onbu trust. It just isn't enough. I'm assuming that Onbu's spike caused irreversible damage to Onbu's psyche. So Onbu's gonna do what Onbu's gonna do. But in the meantime, we're gonna have to prep and get ready to face poison and all that stuff. So that means we need to get this stuff built and gather more resources here. So we will do that in the next episode. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to close down the scavenger hunt. Okay, I will see you then. Thank you so much for watching and putting up with my sick voice. And yeah, alrighty, bye bye.